I don't want my kids to consume a lot. I want them to be very simple.
I think that's based on how you raise them. I don't think your kids are gonna be like, oh, I'm in a 5,000 square foot home. I'm gonna consume a lot.
No, but what I'm saying is that first off, it's the way I'm gonna raise my kids.
Okay.
And what I want
first of all, you've never talked like this before, which I think is funny, but what?
What is your freaking problem?
Well,
have kids of your own and you raise them how you want to. How about that?
Well, I would. I definitely would.
Okay.
And they would be in a 15,000 square foot home with a San Diego beach house.
That's great.
And they would be very humble.
I've met a lot. No, Bryan, there's a lot of
you're very humble?
I am extremely humble. My man's more humble than anyone.
No.
John is very humble.
You don't think I'm humble?
Yes, Bryan.
No?
Are you
joking? Very humble.
Raise of hands, who thinks I'm humble?
What has Nicole ever done that's not made her humble?
You think that you deserve everything that you've gotten.
That's not true at all.
You were telling Rob and I that the other day, that you deserve everything that you've gotten because you've worked so hard.
No. I work very hard for my money, and you and Rob both agreed that when you're in WWE, how hard we work for our money, we work for every penny.
There are people who work just as hard as you do who don't have hardly anything. And
so that doesn't make Nicole not humble, and that's not fair to say.
I think that people deserve other things.
No, because that's a BS comment you made.
No, it's not. It's
100%.
It's my opinion. So, okay, so you're saying that I'm not allowed to state my opinion on what I think humility is.
We can't diss people, and we can't judge them on how they live.
All I was saying,
you guys are the complainers. We're not the complainers. Instead,
what did I complain about?
So
I didn't complain about anything.
Complaining about
all
12 hours.
All I want is to have a small house and to not have you butt in because you have a 15,000 square foot house and a beach house and 2 closets that are bigger than our bedroom in each house.
Well, that sounds like your issue, not mine.
And then for you to chime in to say that we need 3,000 square feet or however many square feet. Come on.
I do believe people can change. A part of me feels like maybe Dad is like in a better place now. I haven't seen him in over 5 years.
But you've learned, and hopefully when you see him, you know, whenever that happens, that you guys can start a new relationship.
I mean, I've seen Dad probably, I don't know. I saw him twice in La Jolla, I think once here.
I knew the few times that Brie talked to my dad, and I was always so supportive. But I'm a little shocked because I did not think she was gonna tell my mom.
Wow, you never even said anything.
I've been in the process of rebuilding a relationship with my father. For a long time, we'd go on and off. And it really took my husband to be like, Brie, if my dad was still alive, I'd do anything in the world to text him. You're lucky you have that. I don't want to hang on to anger. I don't want to keep thinking about the past. I just want to let go. But I didn't tell my mom because I knew it would hurt her.
I told Nana. Nana was like, you need to tell your mom.
Wow,
was like,
that's going to be another conversation.
No, this is how it happened.
Mom, you can't get on Nana.
Okay, would you call me?
No.
I'm your mother. Bullshit.
Oh, hey, you know what I wanted to tell you?
What?
So, JJ was saying that you favor Birdie more, like you love Birdie more.
It's so stupid. I'll let the haters be for now.
Okay.
Let them hate.
We'll enjoy Downton Abbey tonight. But then maybe this week.
I almost like want to say something in front of everyone, like, oh my God, you guys see how cute Birdie was today?
Don't. Add more fuel to the fire.
It's really difficult for me to hear like what Lauren and JJ have said about me and their feelings, and I feel like there's more to it. I feel like JJ has something that holds him back. It's almost like he has this chip on his shoulder towards Brie and I feel like it's not just about these little girls. I mean, it can't be. It's just so annoying.
JJ just texted me.
It's funny how he doesn't write me at all, ever since that fight.
You guys still haven't talked?
Ever since I reconnected with my father, JJ and I, we just don't see eye to eye on some things in life. The last time I saw him, we got into this massive fight about politics, and it's caused us not to speak. Like, it was the last straw.
He reached out to me a couple weeks ago and was like, we should talk, and we did. And our conversation, I'll say, like, Bryan was shocked because we got heated, but then we worked it out, and I told JJ, I'm like, you also need to talk to Nicole, and he's like, well, I want to, but I think he wants you to reach out.
I'm sorry, but why? I don't understand what I did wrong in the situation, except
say how I felt about politics, and I got destroyed by him with words. I stopped responding, and he just kept saying mean things after mean things, like terrible stuff. I couldn't even look at him and Lauren, to tell you the truth, because I'm just disgusted. But just said, if you need me to quit Dancing with the Stars, I can.
Huh?
Artem just wrote that.
What'd you do?
I don't know. Did I have some meltdown after we drank last night and someone got photos of it and posted it and I looked crazy? I think he actually might be responding to this phone call I had with him. What phone call? Listen, I told you to talk to Artem about your postpartum depression. You didn't want to. So I felt like it was my duty to tell Artem because you wouldn't tell him. Artem
No,
needs
it's not
to know
your
that
duty,
you
Brie.
need
That's
him.
my relationship, my postpartum depression.
But you're drowning.
What I'm going through, and it's my drowning, not yours.
Artem actually was very, very happy that I told him because Artem doesn't want you drowning. I didn't want him to think about quitting Dancing with the Stars.
Well, that's what
but
you
that
did,
says
and
a
for
lot.
my family, I need him to do Dancing with the Stars. Like,
But you
I
also
pushed
have to
him.
help yourself.
I didn't want him to know about any of this till after the season because he's in rehearsals right now and he's just
But
thinking
you
like
can't
that.
put postpartum depression on hold.
It's my relationship. That's my
You're
fiance.
calling me all the time, complaining and saying all these things. So what am I supposed to just every day take that phone call and listen to it and not do anything about
You're
it?
such a because I'm venting to you as a sister.
But it's every day.
You're not my therapist.
I feel like I should.
Now I'm not gonna vent to you when you were supposed to be there for me. Now I'm not gonna do that.
You can't get mad.
Just so you know, anytime you start a conversation like that means the person's gonna get mad.
Okay, so you might get mad, but it's a situation that I feel like you have to, like, think like a mom. But I'm not gonna be able to make it to Philadelphia Comic-Con.
And you're telling me the day before the event?
Yes.
So there's a few things that make me upset about all this. CurvyCon, I had to take a red eye and go straight and speak without you. And now it's just happening again. You have to help me out as a business partner. This is a business. This is a brand together.
One parent has to be with Birdie.
I understand all the stuff with Birdie, so I'm not gonna get upset about you being a mom. You also shouldn't say yes. So you guys are doing kids? Because I thought that was maybe a no.
What?
Because everything going on with Bryan? Well, when we talked to Dr. Jane, he was like, it's... I would love you, though, to come to Dr. Jane, like, him explain, like, everything to you. Because I think you don't really understand it.
Brie going through a lot because of what Bryan's going through, that hurts me. That affects me. When I see my twin affected, I get affected. I wish Brie would find ways to help yourself out.
And you're also talking about someone who is
Having a hard time retiring.
And you can judge him for it. That's very fine.
That's the difficulty for me.
I'm sure Bryan wishes he was a lot like you and as strong as you.
But you know what took me to being strong is going through and knowing that I had to take care of myself.
Oh, God. Every time I hear you make a little, like, dig.
I didn't make a dig at all.
The hard part for you is that he's not being like you. That's what's hard.
No.
Yes.
I understand that I'm rare.
I wish everyone was like you, but they're not, and that's what you have to deal with. When they're not you, when they are their own person and they take things their way. I know it's hard.
I understand it when someone doesn't. They say this is my own thing, but then when I see you get dragged into it, that's where it becomes
Dragged
difficult
into
for me.
it. I'm not dragged into it. It's my husband. Are you kidding? I would do anything in the world for him. He's my #1 priority.
And he should
And
be.
if you think
It's your
because something
husband.
like this I
John
should
would
bounce
be-
is absolutely crazy.
I didn't say that.
I will always have a side, and I will get through this with him, whether it takes 6 months or 5 years.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
And you should.
And you know one thing you have to understand is I have come to peace and understand why John doesn't want to have kids. And after seeing him with Winston, I definitely understand. So I didn't stay narrow-minded. I actually opened up my mind.
At least from John has been honest since day one.
And you don't think Bryan has?
No.